Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Disco Elysium Part 25. In the previous video, we mainly talked to Secret Roof Lady. We found her, we talked to her, we learned that she was in a relationship with the deceased, and that the idea of a rape to justify the lynching was probably unjustified, or a lie. And Kim wants to talk to us.
More to discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
Yeah, maybe I should have waited to talk to you when we're not right next to her. Think that'll make them cooperate?
Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan.
Why did she tell us all that?
What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
You would have caught it.
Would we?
Like hell you would have, remember?
I have reason to doubt my ability to see through her lies.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
Oh, she's manipulative. My brain told me so.
What do you mean by that?
As half my skill set compromised singing her tune, my assessments of her are untrustworthy.
She seemed forthcoming to me. Unusually so. Being forthcoming with some things is a good way to obscure other things. But I wouldn't call myself compromised.
Well, I am.
I am not easily swayed by young women. But on the other hand, the best liars are candid. And she was candid.
The lieutenant seems oddly sure he is not compromised. Not psychologically, at least. Is it hubris?
Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back soon enough.
Yeah, we do want to talk to her again on our own because Kim got mad at us for asking
The
a question.
small, heavy door.
We don't really need to do that. Where does this lead to?
I don't know, Lieutenant Euphrator. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door.
I think it's important.
I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case. The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
Maybe the door below is a mega investigation.
No, still a mini investigation.
He pretends to make a note?
It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets. Sounds like it's heavy, too. Very sturdy.
Unfortunately, our brain is very weak right now, but one of these days, maybe by the time the game ends, that thought will be finished. And then you'll be sorry. You'll all be sorry. Oh, wait. No, that's just the exit, right? Yeah, I think that's just to take you out. I don't think you can actually look under the mat. Now we just gotta figure out the secrets of Kim's room. You got anything to say, Guardy boy?
Hey, was there something you needed?
No. What up?
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
I'm basically also a cryptozoologist now.
I knew it.
I'm not surprised. It's already getting out of hand.
Well, in that case, sweetie, let me give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Mesk in origin. The pin is an antique, quite special to the cryptozoological community.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes.
You never told me you've seen the Phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the Phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
No way I was talking to you. This is a private conversation.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
Don't tell me you married this lady just because she saw the Bug of Doom.
That is a way bigger compliment than it sounds like. Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
Where was this and how old were you?
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not the billowy haze of infanthood.
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there, knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't go.
Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
His limbs are white?
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
How big?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
You were on a date?
Our first, yes.
The glance is tender, yes, but tempered by something else. A thought she can't express, even to him. Interesting.
Kim, what do you think?
I thought it was a wonderful story, ma'am.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them.
Wrong.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own. Into the mud. Anywhere.
Oh yeah, I got your bug, kinda.
I couldn't possibly shower thanks on you as enthusiastically as my wife has, but I am grateful for your assistance, officer.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
I checked those traps.
Okay. And?
One of them was empty.
Completely empty?
There was nothing in the trap, no locust, no phasmid.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
The empty trap was on one of your campsite. Maybe this factors into it somehow. Maybe that guy over there fucking ate the locust. Can't trust him. He's a loser.
I definitely left that one stocked.
Right from the campsite? Just means the Insulindian Phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
She's engaging in a well-known self-deception called motivated reasoning. You should correct them.
No.
Of course, more clever.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behoove you to
Why
tread
is my brain
lightly.
acting like we don't believe in the Insulindian Phasmid? Because we 100% do.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Another trip to the Reeds.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. What a deft hunter this
Of
Phasmid.
course, be sarcastic.
What?
Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture. Mine stands, okay?
I meant that legitimately. Why can't I agree with them? I want to agree with them. None of the options were to agree with them, so I picked that one. I mean, I guess I can see now how it's supposed to be sarcastic, but like...
Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude
Like, it's just kind of weird that
Societe
you can play along the entire time, and then right there,
is yours.
none of the options are to keep playing along.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our
What do you mean insulted
organization,
Morel?
is it? The lieutenant looks out the window,
Little,
impatiently.
little mad. You know Gary was hiding the armor?
Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
Yeah, his quirk's like wanting all foreigners to die.
Thanks.
He's still glad his friend stood up for him.
Okay, 1 second. First things first. Super tie? It's not great, but... Oh, no, this is the new one. Okay, that one's actually pretty good. Do we have our gloves? We do not. Where the gloves at?
Hello. Lena and I were just
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too.
Maybe the Phasmid has hands.
You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
I think a little hooligan called Kuno may have stolen the locust. Why would he steal the locust?
a little hooligan. But what would a child want with bags?
Oh, my dear Morel, you've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
I don't think Kuno even knows how to get down there.
Delinquents, my favorite.
It doesn't sound like it's really his favorite.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling.
Oh,
we're
what
getting
if
so
Kuno
close.
is the
Well,
Phasmid
I see you've
and
got
it
all the help you need.
shapeshifts?
I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs. Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
The first man to break formation is always a blow to leadership. This is bigger than he lets on.
Alright, do you say anything new?
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law.
That doesn't sound sincere. Just rear up like you're gonna punch him.
I mean, officers.
You a cryptozoologist?
No. I help Morell with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
Alright, follow-up question. Why does your model have white hair, yet your picture has brown hair?
What does he do then? This feels like a good opportunity to dominate him.
What do you do then if not cryptozoology?
Oh, this and that.
Sounds shady.
Officer, I would never. I just didn't want to bore you with unnecessary detail. I work as a special courier. You know, urgent deliveries, overnight deliveries, deliveries to out-of-the-way locations.
Deliveries of illegal things?
Oh, I don't know the contents, officer.
Kim, get
Part of
the
my job is
fine ready.
discretion.
He's trying too hard to seem untroubled by your question. The rigidity in his posture gives him away.
You deliver letters to the secret messages of corporate and government officials?
What do I look like? A pansy? Besides, that kind of cavorting goes against the community values that would strengthen our city.
You're a simple cop asking a simple question. He can't beat around the bush much longer.
You've already behaved suspiciously. Stop evading the questions.
Okay, fine. You got me. I'm a special topping pie delivery courier.
What?
You heard me. I deliver topping pies. It's temporary. I'm looking for another job. Not many jobs for good men out there these days.
Said you deliver special topping pies? What kind of toppings make them so special?
They're wheat-free and vegan and huge.
He's thinking of a way to gain some advantage from his embarrassing situation.
That's basically it. I'm a pie delivery man. How about we change the subject?
I mean, that's a pretty cool job. Unfortunately, you lied about it to make it seem cooler, which means you're embarrassed delivering pies, which means you're a loser.
I'm satisfied. Are you satisfied? Because I am.
You know anything about the dude
I
hanged?
told you everything. I just took the queerest, that's all.
'Tis true, sire. This man simply did.
You got anything new to say?
I've got nothing to say to you.
Okay.
Again, you find yourself looking at that
Ooh.
big old window.
Perception sight. We have a couple sources of perception. Do we have like some boots or something? Minus. How my glasses gonna make me less perceptive? Come on, man. Make no damn sense. So anything taking perception away? No. It's not a great shot, but our perception's already kind of maxed. Unless we get a thought that makes it better.
Again, you find yourself looking at that big old window.
Just fucking. Let's go for it.
There's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely not a coincidence.
Someone's had a key in the bush.
Huh?
I need you guys to hand the key to me.
And I need the fatty to get his feet amputated because the smell is killing me. We can't always get what we want.
God damn it, Dennis. You know I can't help it.
You guys don't seem very nice.
Sorry, fucko. These guys won't help you. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. The Hawthorne's got a bitch of a bite.
I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out there.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key, from the Hawthorne branch and slides it across the table to you.
Thanks, buddy.
The key is brass. Workshop spare is etched into its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence.
Come on, man. We were just having some fun. Where's the harm in...
I'm tired of listening to your shit.
Thanks.
Don't thank me. I don't give two shits about your key.
Okay.
There is a silence around this man's words. Unlike Titus, they're afraid of him. That's the type of respect he commands.
I doubt we're gonna get any information from them. We're just gonna check our 2 locked doors.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
Well, she said she wasn't raped.
Fuck. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
Wow, nice true colors there.
You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious. No, more than that. The loyal Titus feels betrayed.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Oh no, it seemed pretty specific to me.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
I mean, that could be true.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know.
But you guys...
Crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
You're not making a very convincing case that she's lying.
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
Cut the bullshit. She told me the truth.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
But we didn't push her. We said, hey, were you raped? And she said, nah, not really.
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Titus Hardy.
Her voice rings through the room like a warning shot. Bro, also, we're immune to damage unless you hit our legs.
Success. Titus
or our
backs
head.
off. Fists down, everybody.
Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks. Frankly, it's a bit terrifying. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
That's me.
Look, Copper.
Yeah, where's this guy?
We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit, and then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
Another apocalyptic actor in town?
I mean, he wasn't innocent, but, you know. You can't just go making up reasons to kill people. Retroactively. Where'd you get this tape?
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that.
Do you bug them? How?
We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Well, I mean, technically they've had harbors for like thousands of years.
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
When he's doing the advanced radio work then?
It's not
Is
advanced.
it you? It's you.
You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
So why should I care about the tape? You lied to me.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
That's how you know we're a real cop.
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
Come on, I mean, do we really keep a score? I mean, like, yes, maybe, but...
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape.
Okay.
Listen to it, and they'll have nothing to hide behind.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy.
Fine, I'll listen to it.
You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
I mean, I don't disagree the guy was a piece of shit, probably. And morally speaking, do I care that he got killed? I mean, not really. But, you know, there is the principle of the matter that... You know, in theory, you guys could have just made up the whole rape thing just to kill someone you don't like. And we can't really just let that go by. How do I listen to the thing? And we have the tape, but... Supposedly holds a recording of the Mercenary Task Force radio communications recorded via a de-encrypted station. Not a good omen. Requires a boombox to play. I mean, we... Where's my boombox? Damn, looking good. Alright,
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is rooted behind the magnetic reader.
I don't know if we should necessarily be listening to this in public, but I don't really care enough to leave.
You push Command C, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
Yeah, guard, since you wouldn't let us do karaoke anymore, here's a taste of our own music.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
Nerd.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The rest of the tape is empty.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrete on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning.
Hang? What was at the very end? Silence?
End of recording.
Who's this Cordy?
Corty could be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work.
What's Koihoi?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
Think he was there?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
A symbol of Soldier of the Apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
What do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
He did sound very inebriated.
Still.
Lieutenant looks at the tape. You're familiar with this look now? It's his look of suspicion.
There's more going on here than we know.
Alright, what now?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night. The contrast feels chilly, inappropriate even.
Alright, let's go talk to Chickadee. I don't know if enough time has passed after she told us to come back later. You know, there's the thing about talking to her about the dead man. And that is the transition.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
So, Titus gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit rape.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table.
I don't see a table. Oh, maybe right there.
This does not surprise her.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
I mean, he specifically identifies you as the target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Yeah, those are the exact words.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Kohoi was mentioned.
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Think he was trying to scare people?
No. I'm pretty sure he did all those things. And then had to internalize them to keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his,
The sacred word?
I'm looking for.
I mean, it seemed like a,
running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminese conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezud all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
When he said he was done, and done mentally, it didn't sound like a joke. It sounded like a deeply troubled man.
I mean, he sounded like a broken man to me.
Well, maybe I pieced him back together with my magical personality.
You like this kind of stuff?
We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
There is a small measure of pride in her, that she could quell the rage in such a being.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Now we've had some time. Can you tell us more about the victim?
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
Why?
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations, recorded neatly in blue ink.
Yeah, we touched his brain.
The last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
So, eye color?
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
He had a tattoo. Know anything about it?
Oh, that.
It's clear she liked it.
You liked it.
Quite a lot, yes.
It was a map of his service history?
Sure, service history. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
How so?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?"
And then he's like, "This was when I ate a lady."
And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star. Port after port. Third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
It's not really a turn on, I wouldn't think, if you're not a fucking psychopath.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell me precisely what these mean?
No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Semenine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Not a very fun story.
It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. A change of topic?
Okay, we ordered a toxicology report. Any idea what they'll show us?
A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet. Barbiturates, amphetamine, sildenafil. How much does the toxicology report cost the police of Revachol? I can do it for half of that. Save you some money, make some myself.
It's quite expensive, miss. But we'll manage without your help for now.
Tell me something odd. Did he enjoy his death?
Why do you ask?
I don't know. He keeps showing
Just
up in my
have her
brain.
answer the question. Don't give explanations.
Yeah, just answer the question.
I don't think he enjoyed dying, officer. He had too much left to do. Too many third
Yeah,
world
too many
countries.
innocent people to murder.
Couldn't tap out just yet.
Everything checks out here. It's all A-OK. Good answer.
I don't trust you.
No, it doesn't check out. Can't you see she's clearly avoiding something here? That's a strange thing to suggest. The lady is as fair and just.
How old was he?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no. We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
We were slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up.
A miss.
Did love do him in?
It very well could be.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean?
Well, he told me that.
That's not funny, officer.
Her voice is like a slash through the air. Her shoulders tense up. There. She momentarily lost control over straight back guy.
Straight back guy.
It appears that she feels guilty.
You feel guilty?
Of course I do. I'm hungover. I feel guilty about everything.
Do you feel guilty about what happened to him?
Among many other things, yes. I could have done something. There's always something he can do, right? Ask me something else.
What is this? An interrogation? You didn't tell her this was going to be an interrogation.
I don't really know why, but for some reason we requested a semen screening.
Good for you.
What do you think it will tell us?
I don't know how a semen sample works, officers. How many days after intercourse does it have to be? I don't even know if he had sex with someone else. We didn't go steady.
Is she avoiding anything? Technically not. Technically not. Come on, man. Listen. You can't trust them. It's just you and me.
What if you're the one that's compromised? Oh, God.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
So you're both from Oranje?
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrijk. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
No love for Mother Oranje. But wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing.
So a military man, but not a patriot.
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did on Semenine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind.
Somehow the only kind that's actually worse than the flag-waving kind?
He was by no means a stupid man. A people person. A small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot.
You don't really seem like a patriot yourself.
Mm-hmm. There is nothing on Muindi. The old world is dead, and we both knew it. Maybe Oranje did bring us together. In loathing. I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me, too.
Alright, see ya.
Alright.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Alright, well, we'll talk later. Oh, wait, we should have looked at the door. Don't mind me, we're back. It's either this door or the blue door.
The same small, heavy door.
Okay. Let's go try the blue door. Alright, let's unequip this boombox. How's our thought looking? It's like at 8 hours. We won't get that until pretty much the final day. Well, presumably the final day.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it after all these years. But then, the lock clicks.
Kim, we're about to go into the void.
Dust rises before you like mist. A tomb? Haunted by regal spirits from distant ages. No. Smells like engine grease and cut wood. A workshop.
Pinball? Pinball says Franco-Nigerian. Its theme is horses and swords. $5. Pinball is white Deora. The black glass is a female figure in mourning. That didn't sound very pinball-y. Bear key is tied to the bush outside the corner room window.
Over there, in the corner.
The pinball machine.
Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats.
The Mountain
It's
Goats?
lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it.
This motherfucker just say it's lit? It's the year 51. That word hadn't been invented yet. Kim, you seeing what I'm seeing?
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic.
You played it?
A little.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Let's take a closer look.
Ah, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin operated.
Need a coin.
Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready.
Lean closer to read the text.
Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Muindi. The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return and save his people.
Inspect the playing
The
field.
theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble. The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the bulls have small goat icons on them and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain. Areas around the playfield represent Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover. Get them to the summit.
What's with the goats?
Indeed. Think of them as bulls.
But they're goats. Alright, let's go.
It takes a while to get into a rhythm.
Oh, we got an achievement.
But pretty soon, you're able to keep 3 goat-faced bulls in play with relative ease. Go, go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the goats. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
Wait, what kind of guy was he?
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his travels. A masked nationalist.
A racist mountaineer.
An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent.
I don't know. I'm kind of ambivalent on it. I think trophy hunting is weird, but I'm not necessarily against hunting in general.
He also hit his wife.
That's definitely not cool.
Other people's kids too. Sometimes pets. Hateful little man. But you seem to be having fun.
Pretty good at this.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board, and although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3. Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go.
Concentrate.
Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. More fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself. One of them gets through. Tiny hammer shatters something inside the machine. Something glass. The words "Pale Rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog.
Oh, is that supposed to happen?
Something's happening.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid, nihilistic finale.
Is it?
There's so much
Because I
fog,
feel like we
you
just
can
broke
barely
it
see
by being so good at pinball.
Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start disappearing into the milky nothingness. Lucky goats. The fog looks soft and inviting. This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. Use them to calculate where they hit next.
Bro, you think I can do that?
The amount of focus it takes to predict when a ball goat is in striking range is staggering, but it can be done. Focus. You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death.
Watch.
I am. I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake.
I'm just gonna roll high.
It's all over.
How, if you can't even see it?
I actually rolled pretty high.
The last goat plummets into the fog with almost suicidal glee. It killed itself to spite you. There goes nothing, Fingerboy.
Well, why was it freaking reaction speed? It should be like, I don't know, interfacing or visual calculus make more sense. Now, we'd probably fail those too, but I'll try it again.
The machine is dead and silent.
Well, we missed our one shot.
All these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played.
Run your finger.
Feels like it might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating the white-robed woman.
What's white Deora?
Some kind of inane pinball theme, probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines.
Sounds like you don't enjoy pinball.
No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on.
He doesn't.
Okay, what about the other one, the Franco-Nigerian ball? Want to play that?
No.
Come on.
You can't fire them up. They are broken. Only that one machine in the main...
I don't know if I finish the thought, I feel like it's gonna knock me out. So I think we just have to try it, even without our encyclopedia glasses and stuff.
Kim, Pinball, Kitsuragi.
A.K.A. Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, a.k.a. Kimball.
Exactly. That's what he's known as. His reputation precedes him.
You're Kim Pinball Kitsuragi.
So now he remembers.
He looks at you in the silence of the workshop, then takes his glasses off and cleans them?
Fine, I'm Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, a.k.a. the Kimball. You remembered. Congratulations.
You don't seem to really... Wait, but I can't remember anything else.
Wonderful. He only remembers hearing about the pinball policeman.
You don't seem to really like pinball.
No human being should. It is a game that requires no skill and a childlike affinity to flashing lights and to fantasy.
I feel like it requires skill.
And historic romance franchise. It is lame.
Then why are you called Pinball?
I am not called Pinball. It was used to taunt me a long time ago, before I became a homicide detective and got my lieutenancy.
How did you...
Fine. I was a juvenile police officer for over 15 years. It's how I started out in the RCM. Once I had to infiltrate a pinball ring.
Pinball
as
ring?
You do when you're a juvie cop.
Okay.
It was not okay. I needed to become a pinball champion.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
I trained for 9 months. The job was successful and I was moved out of the juvenile wing to homicide. End of story.
Huh. So you were a juvie cop for 15 years?
That time is over now. I was already a 38-year-old man. It was unbecoming, as was playing pinball.
Did you like wear your hat backwards and walk around saying hello, fellow kids?
So that's why he doesn't want to talk to Kuno. Trauma and stressor disorder from being a juvie cop.
So that's why you didn't want to talk to Kuno.
It's best if you handle the juvenile delinquents.
Don't worry, you're still Kim to me, buddy.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is good too. Now, we really need to continue our sweep of what appears to be a secret path through the...
Alright. I think we'll continue our secret sweep into the dark pale beyond the blue door next time. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.